Okay, I've opened up a picture in Adobe Photoshop. This picture is in your folder of coloring. There's something that's coloring. And I'm going to show you how to add color to this image. Now, I'm not going to color the whole image, but I am going to color certain sections so you can see what to do there. So what I'm going to do first, I'm not going to color directly on this image here. So I'm not worried about the whole non-destructive Photoshop thing. But I do want to make this a layer. Okay. And I want to pull out a couple of layers here. I'm just going to, let's say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these layers will be my color layers. Okay. So I'm going to put, let's see, uniform. Let's see, I will put, let's see, we can do flag. And I can move these around depending on how I'm going to paint them later. Let's see. Let's do stripes. All right. And we'll just have a regular layer just there. Oh, let's say skin. Okay. So let's pull that one down here. Okay. And let's start on that one first. So we got the skin here, and I'm going to take my paintbrush, and my color is black. So clearly, if I start painting that is not what I want on that particular layer there. So I am going to pull out my swatches here. Let's see. Let's see, can I get a swatch palette here? Yeah, that'd be fine. I'm just going to be able to pick my colors like this here. This is what I'm going to do. So that'll be fine for what I want to do. So I want to pick, and it's going to be a little weird. So I'm going to pick a little kind of orangey color for her. And I'll show you why I'm doing that. And let's go back. Right there. So let's see how this goes here for us. So I'm just going to start. It looks like it's a little bit too light, so I may need to see what I got going on. I know you're like, oh my goodness, Ms. Williams, this can't be right. But actually it is. Now, in my layers palette, I want to go here, go down to where it says normal, and I want to go to color on the layers palette. So this is what I want, but that particular color is wrong. So let me go back here. It's going to select all because I have that layer selected, and just delete that color off of there. So let's go get let's try this. A little blue, kind of like a burnt sienna. Okay, so I have it there, and I'm going to try this. Still giving me a little bit more. But you see how when I'm painting the color here, it's actually going to her, right? So it's not blocky like it was when I had the normal on. So this is what I had the normal on. But once I changed that to color, I'm able to get a better feel of actually putting color on her. So let's go back and let's see what color we're going to need. Let's try this one. Let's make sure that is changed there to color. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer there. So I actually deleted my layer. Don't want to do that. All right, so I'm back to my skin layer here. Make sure I'm on that right one. Let's try this color. This one is much better, but it's not giving me what I really want there. So that's giving me more of a yellow feel color there. So it looks like we may have to go closer to brown in order to get the peachy kind of color I want. I don't think. Let's try here. Let's see what we got. Now, see, that's going to give me too much orange. So we're going to have to go closer to brown to get the right color. Let's see. Yep, that'll do it. So this is kind of almost like an olive green. So this is going to give us what we need here. I can go back in and fix that other little part up there a little bit later. But yeah, this is going to give us what we need. So like I said, I got a little, it's more or less an olive green color. And once the other colors come in, this would be a little bit better. Now, I have been asked about layering colors as though you're actually doing a painting. I never actually tried that. But you probably could do that. You know, add shadows and tones if you want to do that, if you want to go that far into that. But I wouldn't do that on something like this. You know, with shadows and tones, because you already have your shadows and tones because of the photograph itself. But if you were doing your own illustration, I would, you know, make a layer for tints and tones. So I'm just coloring all this in. I'm coloring liberally because I see, you know, I know I'm going over some areas, and then I'll go back and clean those areas up with the eraser. But I'm basically just laying the color down. It's not no method. Okay, it's just laying the color down. That's all I'm doing there. So I'm trying to get our whole arm done here, and then I will clean, you know, show my cleanup because I may paint the hat and the stripes, a couple of those. Okay. Now, see, I'm coloring it where I know I want all the color it. That's why I'm kind of putting that down liberally. And then because I'm using a Wacom tablet, it makes it easier for me to go in and go to the certain areas and kind of just erase where I don't want things. Now, let me tell you, I am erasing on the Wacom tablet because I just turned my pencil upside down and started using the eraser. Turning the stylus upside down. So that's one of the things I like about the Wacom tablet. I have that flexibility to, you know, paint like I want to paint. I don't have to change any tools. And then I turn the pencil upside down, and then I press on the eraser, and it gives me that option to start going and erasing around the area. And we have Wacom tablets here available for you to check out in class as you're using them on the computers and things, because we use them, but people have been so comfortable using the mouse, they're kind of, you know, Wacom tablets a little bit intimidating. But I guarantee you, once you start, you'll be like, why haven't I been using this the whole time? Because the Wacom tablets really are really flexible to what you're doing in terms of your design. Any type of drawing tablet would be. So there are a couple of options. You don't have to go with Wacom. You can, you know, do some other options and things so you can be able to. Affordability is always one of the biggest options when you're trying to do design. You want to have a good product, you want to have a good setup, but you want to be able to afford it too. So you don't want to go break your business trying to buy some things you can't afford, high, you know, expensive equipment, and you can't use it. So you definitely want to have the best items, but affordable items that you can use and that you can grow. For me, for coloring and doing actual design work, I'm going to say you're going to need a computer that's going to last you about 5 years. And just, you know, basically put that in your business plan that another 5 years you're going to have to buy another machine. Because, you know, you're going to be working this machine to death. And it's just something that you're going to be doing there. So you want to make sure you got the best equipment and things to do what you need to do. Now, so I have a lot of little overlay here and little overlay areas and things I was telling you about. So I'm going to turn my pen upside down here, and I'm going to clean up around it nail. And just right a little area. So I'm looking really close and zoomed in really close. I'm just cleaning up right around the area. Okay. If I want to make my brush smaller, on the keyboard you would hit the open bracket key, and to make it larger you would hit the close bracket key. So you see those changes in the mouse and things there. So I'm using the open bracket key and the close bracket key. Now I'm going to change to the eraser here, and I'm going to do the open bracket because I want a bigger space. And back to my keyboard, I can just hit the letter B to go back to the brush, and then the eraser I can hit the letter E, so I can still switch between the two of them. Okay. Oh, I'm hitting my right click on the pen. And let's go back to the brush here. I want to get that last little bit here, and then I'll show you the green. So here on the uniform, I'm just going to click that layer. Just going to pick a green, any kind of green. All right, and the same thing with the what we're doing with the skin. As I start painting, it's that blocky kind of color paint, right? I'm going to go on and still paint that way. All right. And so as I continue to paint this way here, I'm looking at my area and stuff like that. Okay. I go to normal, go down to color, and then I see, oh, okay, this is what I want. I can bring that over. Now see, because that color layer, that uniform layer is above where the skin layer, I actually just colored over that spot rather than trying to erase it. Okay, so you just got each one of your layers you can do, or each color you decide to put down. You want to make sure in your layers palette that you create a layer. Make sure you select that layer before you start putting any color down. Okay, now to show you here, I'm going to just turn off the layer here. So this is what you got going on here. So you need an image under the background there, but that's what you're working with. Okay, so you're not going to do anything on this layer here. Everything's on the layers up above. Okay, so it's each layer, make a new layer, name it if you want to. Okay, and make sure you change the blend mode to color. Set the blend mode to color so you can see the effect. All right, and as always, let me know if you have any questions.